We are leaving the Arden campsite. It was a nice, super quiet. It was nice to be back in a wreck site. Nice quiet sleep, super restful. It's starting to rain a little bit, so maybe we won't be hiking up the mountains today. We'll see, but we're gonna drive back into town. And yeah, let's see where the day takes us.
We can take it outside, use a bit of sunlight, see a little wildlife. We can take it outside. The world is our playground, we can play around with a childlike wonder, and it's okay.
Protein oats on the menu again, obviously. Sun's out for a little while. Go get them, boys. God, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Salmon fishing capital of the world, I believe, Port Alberni. Want to get on there. All right, so we made breakfast in Port Alberni. Dropped by the fishing store. The weather wasn't nice enough to hike. Pretty cloudy up in the higher elevation, so I was like, oh, any decent fishing around? Apparently, we can catch some sockeye at Paper Mill Dam in Port Alberni. So we're walking over there. We've got really light tackle, but they're sockeye, so they're smaller. We should be okay. We're gonna walk in, see what the deal is, see how we should set everything up and do some fishing. See who catches one first, Laura or myself. My money's on Laura, but we'll see what happens. I think it's like noon or something right now. If I don't catch anything, we might be here till 9. We'll see how it goes. Over there, we can see the looks like the First Nations are netting their sockeye salmon. They're throwing a net out in the middle there and pulling them all in as they swim up. Probably a good sign for me. So Laura and I right now are at Pulp Mill Dam. We got our lines in the water. There's Laura there. The netters are down there, so I'm not sure how easily we're gonna be able to catch a sockeye. Most fishermen are just around that rock, but we thought we'd fish by ourselves for a bit. We saw one guy come out with a sockeye, so we'll see what happens, but it's fun just to be out, be casting, have a chance. So that looks to be the better spot there. I moved my rod there. I just snag bottom. This style of fishing is pretty snaggy on the bottom. It's not my favorite style, but it's fishing nonetheless, kind of controversial. Anyways, I saw a guy with his GoPro in the water, and he was filming the fish, or trying to see if there's fish coming up through the rapids, which I thought was pretty hilarious. But I'm gonna go do a little retie and then go fish in that better area. We're in the prime spot now. Laura's going for a cast over that rock. I think we got a chance in this seam right here. There's a lot of netting going on below us, but maybe we'll get an afternoon push of fish. We're running some lead and some wool, good and classic. We're running right down this little seam here and right through. We just talked to the gatekeeper, and he showed us how to pick wild green onions. So that was super cool. If we catch a sockeye, we can probably snack on some wild green onions, which would be awesome. Anyways, hopefully we get into something. We'll spend an hour or two here until we maybe get a bite, maybe not, I don't know. It's beautiful nonetheless. So no fish yet, and this style of float fishing with wool is a snaggy one. You're always catching bottom and stuff and snapping off, so Laura and I both just snapped off, so we're gonna put on another hook here and go for it again. But no such luck for us yet. This river, like most of the rivers that you'll fish for salmon in BC, well, all of them, is single barbless hook. So I'm pinching the barb. This is actually tidal water, so you need a tidal license in order to fish it. And like I said before, setup's super simple. We're just running a float with some lead to a swivel and tying on a hook with a little gob of wool and hoping for the best. Well, we saw a massive eagle pick up some roe and fly away with it, which is pretty cool. Roe, for those of you who don't know, is that's just the name for salmon eggs. Apparently this river is tying up, but this river, when it's really on, and like there's just pools and pools of sockeye sitting in here, and guys just pluck them out. Our timing's not that good. Found some wild onions after a guy in the river showed us how you can pick them. There's lots kind of just around a lot of these grasses. You'll see them kind of sticking out like there. Those are wild onions too, so maybe we'll put them in a salad tonight. Could be tasty. We did about 4 hours at the river. It's around 3:30 or so. No luck, not even a bite. I felt like maybe I had one on for a second, but it's hard to say. It was super rocky in there. We saw one guy leave with a fish the second we came, but we didn't see anyone catch one while we were there. We were by ourselves for the last 2 hours there, so it was pretty relaxing. Happy we did it. It looks like those nets are still out, so probably hard to catch, you know, when there's lots of netting going on. But that was fun. That was a little unexpected fishing session. So we're in our first predicament here. We got a big old piece of metal spring jabbed into the tire, so we're gonna try and do a patch here, but it might be too big to patch. It looks like it did some damage in the tread, so we'll see what we can do here. So step one, we're gonna remove this thing. Oh,
that is jammed. Are you okay?
yeah, I'm fine. Where the fuck?
What was that? It just like...
I don't know quite where the hole was. Oh no.
Can you find it? He's making a bigger hole.
Make this look easy.
Tires are so strong. Are you in the hole?
I think so.
Yep. That was...
I literally cannot get that in.
Maybe you're not supposed to get in that far.
So push the ring firmly against the tire.
Patching the tire.
First time using a patch kit. I had it though, so hopefully this works.
Otherwise, we're
Push the ring sleeve
changing
down
it.
against the tire. Hold the sleeve firmly against the tire and pull the T-handle until the plug releases from the insertion tool. Is that what's supposed to happen? I don't think that's supposed to happen. We've got the tire, what do they call it? The repair cord in there, and then we just cut it off and we'll air up and see if this works. It's my first time ever using tire repair, so if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then we'll have to take this in to see a professional. There comes the rain. With the rain, we got the air compressor out. Hopefully it holds air. Ford F-150 tires, 35 psi, so hopefully she holds air. We'll find out very quickly. It was down pretty low already. It was a pretty big puncture. It was already at like 10 or 15 psi, so I don't know how well this patch is going to work. It was a huge puncture, but we'll see.
A puncture. Will we have to put on a spare?
About 5 hours later, 9 p.m. we're going to check the tire pressure again. 32, 34. Looks like it's holding air. Nice. if the tire is holding air tomorrow, either way, we're gonna take it to Cal Tire just because we got a big highway drive, and then once we're done with the, before we go on the highway, I just want, you know, professional to check it out. This is the first tire I've ever patched, so hopefully it'll be all good. We're gonna go find a spot to sleep now.
Just breathe, breathe.